Go. Did you guys hear that? Yay. Okay. This is called vision casting. And so I'm going to take a minute to take roll to make sure that I capture the vision of each of you. I know y'all are getting settled in, and I'm welcoming you guys to the official start of the 2-day Future Black Life Coach Bootcamp. Yay! It's here. We made it. I'm Dr. AJ Austin. And let's dive in. Y'all will meet more of me and hear more about my story coming up soon. But I want to know about you guys. So now that I see that you're here, some of you guys sent me a number I asked for. And let's see who. Joyce, since you were first, let me see, find your number. You sent me the number 3. So that's the number that you picked on what we're calling our vision casting activity, which means I get to pick the number 3 for you on our list of questions. So because you picked the number 3, your question is, what comes after you become a Black woman certified life coach?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what comes after? So after I become a Black woman life coach, I will be successfully working with women, providing coaching services to them and empowering them to be the best version of themselves, and having my own coaching business. I hope that truly answers everything that comes after. I just feel like I will have want to have a really successful practice, just really empowering women to be their best version of themselves. I'm gonna just keep it at that.
Anything else?
Let me see. What did I write down? I think I wrote some stuff down before.
Okay, so let's see.
So I wrote down the other day, the vision I have as a life coach is to unlock the purpose in women who completely feel lost, unsure, stagnant in their life. I want my coaching business to create the access to resources that will help women attain the goals they deeply desire in life.
Sounds deep. Thank you. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay. So let me see who I seen second. Who was second? Raise your hand. I know who you were. Keisha. Is it Keisha or Cassia? I probably asked you that before. I feel like I asked you that on Facebook Live before.
It's actually Keisha.
Keisha.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it ain't Atlanta, Keisha.
Well, it's just a small snippet. Everybody calls me Keisha only because I was not corrected when I was younger. So I adapted that name as well. So it wasn't until later years when it was like, no, your name is Keisha. And it's like, oh, okay. So yes, that's the small of the story.
We got you, Keisha. So pick a number from 1 to 10. What's your number?
Well, I picked 8.
You did? Okay, forgive me. I did not.
It's okay. I was late responding.
So number 8 says, 1 year from today, I hope to have impacted blank people as a Black woman certified life coach. You got to roll your neck.
Wow. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just a little bit unprepared. However, I will say this: 1 year from today, I plan to have impacted women like myself. I right now am a 47-year-old mother, married mother of 1, and I still feel a little lost in life. I'm gonna be honest with you. Life have caught up with me to a point where I have kind of lost myself in motherhood, wifehood. Let's just make this hustle. So right now, a year from today, my plan is to speak to myself and other women.
Yeah.
And that's just period. I'm just gonna end it there. So that's just a year from today.
Period, Pooh. Yes. I love it. Good job, Mom. Okay. So we are starting with where we are and what we have. And y'all didn't know this was behind these numbers, right? Y'all like, what Dr. AJ doing? Let me see. Let me just throw a number out there. So next, I think I seen, let me go ahead and let's see if she's still here. Yes, Jessica, you were first, technically. I see my ceiling in my disco ball. So I'm trying to get my iPad set up. So Jessica, your number, let me scroll down the list here, was 8 as well. So let me ask you the question.
Okay.
1 year from today, I hope to have impacted blank people as a Black woman, certified life coach. You got to do it with attitude now, though.
Okay. So I hope to have impacted the younger generation, especially like the 18 to 28-year-old range. If I can do like a 10-year range, that's the range I'm hoping to impact the most. I feel like I just would like to see them make better decisions and choices, and hopefully just impact our community so that the next generation as well can be impacted. That's what I hope to do. I hope that I can help them secure some better decisions, and so that we don't start off so far in the hole with the next generation, and so that we can help them be more secure and help them be healthier mentally and emotionally. I feel like, it's that quote that says it's easier to like not have the person broken, basically. I can't remember exactly the quote, but then to heal. And so just if we can prevent them from going through so much trauma and continuing to, they experience so much trauma and it's so much going on. And I feel like if we can just help them, that's my goal, is to help the next generation to achieve, more success mentally and emotionally and healthier decisions for their future. Because I mean, at the end of the day, those are the years that really can impact your 30s. Those decisions you make in that generation, it can really like put you behind, depending on what you do.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing that. Y'all casting some big visions. We got some health and wellness, mental, emotional, spiritual, who I was, who I used to be this time next. Come on, neck rolling. Let's keep it moving. Liz, you want to jump in? I see you paying attention. I love it. Let me see. What was your number, Liz? I don't remember putting a number for you.
I think you put 5. Good morning, ladies. Good morning.
Oh, you're Elizabeth. Excuse me. I'm looking for Liz, not Elizabeth. Excuse me, Liz. Okay.
I prefer Liz.
I prefer. Okay, so do we have a volunteer to jump in? Volunteer to jump in.
I'll jump in.
Hold on. Let me find you. Darla Spencer. Hey, girl. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Where's your number? Oh, yeah, I call myself being organized until I'm not. Darla, did you register with another name?
No.
She's like, I am who I am.
I am who I am. No.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I should have put them in alphabetical order. Would help. Darla, you're number 3.
Yes,
okay.
3.
So what comes after you become a Black woman certified life coach?
I envision reaching out to those women or those people that feel as if they're not enough, feel as if they're less than, feel as if they have to put on to show up instead of bringing the real them. I think as a people, we are kind of lost and we're out here just wandering. And if you weren't given direction, you don't know how to seek direction. So if we're out here wandering, we need someone, and all of us included, to take us by the hand or gently just escort us down the road so that we can find our way, ask questions and kind of.
You said the people that you want to impact, you don't want them to have to put on.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of people think they need in order to get coached. So we'll get to that. Thank you for sharing your vision.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Any other volunteers? You guys are joining in my Brady Bunch squares here. I'm trying to see who I can see. If you want to volunteer, just raise your hand. So far, we have had Joy, Jessica, Darla, and Cassia. Any other volunteers? Queen, Bridget, you guys ready?
I'm always ready, but I just jumped on. So what's the question?
Look, okay, Queen. Come on, Queen. So these questions are based on the numbers that you sent me. This is our vision casting portion of the Black Life Coach Bootcamp. Be like, you remember Dr. AJ Week? So it'll help. So I got some thoughts and ideas for what you guys have shared so far. Y'all getting the whole off up. Hey, y'all. So I'm still connecting cameras and things like that. So I'm jumping back and forth between screens. Thank y'all for the vision that you have. Instead of, what's a life coach again? I just wanted to see your hearts, where you're starting. Any other volunteers as we wrap up? Let's see who we're missing. Bridget, I think you were our last one, unless I left somebody out. If I left you out, just let me know. Raise your arms. Let me know. But Bridget, are you there, Bridget? Let's see. Co-host. Record. Did I leave out anybody else? Anybody think of something they want to add in? Y'all so quiet. Good morning.
Good morning.
Bridget. Okay. So while we're waiting on Bridget, I'm gonna help us wake up this morning because it is Saturday. I know some of you guys are on Central Time, which is an hour behind us. It is officially 9:49 a.m. here in Hotlanta, Georgia, where it looks like the sun is actually shining. I have not been out today, but someone called from Nebraska last night. She didn't think I would call her back at 6 this morning. I didn't know that's what time it was in Nebraska. But y'all, welcome to another day. This is the next step on your journey to success. I know you guys have been looking for information, gathering resources, watching videos, collecting data, joining email lists, etc. So let me see what I can do here with my DJ skills. Get us some music going. Y'all ready for a quick little dance party? Bear with me here as I get our DJ booth established. So we have a playlist. It's called the Black Woman Certified Life Coach playlist on Spotify. If you want to find us, look us up. We've been jamming for the last few days in our private Facebook group. Let me see what we got here today. Y'all tell me if you can hear it. It's playing.
I got a cute face, chubby waist, thick legs in shape, rump shaking both ways, make you do a double take. Planet rocker, showstopper, flow popper, head knocker, beat scholar, tail dropper. Do my thing, motherfucker. Rolls Royce,
Anybody hear music? Anybody hear music?
Yes.
Yes, we hear music.
Okay. I'm gonna let Missy help y'all wake up. Can we just get a little shimmy on camera? Just a little shimmy. Y'all ready?
Blue Medina, always beaming, rag top, chrome pipes, blue lights, out of sight. Long weed, so in, say it again, so make that money, throw it in, booty bouncing, don't hit. Everybody, get your best on the wall.
Little Kirk Franklin. I don't see nobody moving. What y'all need? Special request, because y'all just like.
Some of us
Any
were
special
moving.
request?
Some of us were moving.
I was jamming. I was jamming.
Let me continue the plug in it. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Well, my name is Sierra for all you fly fellas. No one can do it better. She'll sing on acapella. Boy, the music makes me lose control and let it go, for you know you gon' hit the flow. Yeah, I rock to the beat till I'm wired. Walk in the club and get crunk and wired. Wave your hands, scream louder. If you smoke, then fired up. Bring the roof down and holler.
Can y'all still hear it?
Tipsy, stand up. DJ turn it loud.
Yes.
Throw it in it's like if not about this rock your box. Take somebody bass and throw it in the face like it's the mad static. This be all like work.
All right.
Do it right. Yes.
Y'all up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
Good morning. Y'all see what I've been doing all night? Just up, dancing and working on what I got for you. So before we dive into the main content, are there any questions, anything that's been on your heart or your mind that you've been dying to ask? Maybe want to add it to our list of Q&A coming up. Just raise your hand. Let me see ya. If you have a question you want to add to what we'll be sharing. Hey, Jessica, what you got, girl?
I have a question. I started listening to the links that were on the with the PDF, but if it goes away in 72 hours, how will I be able to listen to it after that?
So let me tell everybody who you are, because you're ahead of the class, okay?
Okay.
So Jessica and I chatted yesterday, and she already signed up for our life coach certification. I said, come join us on the boot camp. So she already has the handbook that comes with our one-day life coach certification training. So when you register, Jessica, it downloads, it sends you the link to download it immediately onto your computer. So just click that link and it'll save it to your laptop so you don't have to worry about it. So yesterday when we chatted and I said, go right away and download it so you don't forget, that was so that the link in the email won't stop working on you. But if you click it now, because you're still in your 72 hours, it'll download it right to your laptop and you can access it forever and ever. Amen.
It was like weird because I downloaded it, but when I went to the link that was downloaded, it was just like it didn't let me click it, like it wouldn't go to anything. So maybe I'll try to download it again on a different.
Yeah. Because I know you mentioned doing it on each device. So let me know what happens.
Okay.
Because I can work with you to get it going.
Okay. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you for letting me know. I want to make sure you get access to everything you need. And it's easy. Sometimes depending on if you're using a Mac or a PC, it'll act a certain way. So I'm here to help if you need it. Just keep me posted. Any final questions, you guys? I know y'all are ready.
I'm sorry, y'all. My internet was acting crazy. So
You want to answer your question? Did I give you your question?
Can you give me the question again? Because I didn't hear it.
Okay, so we established that you're going by Liz. You find your number.
Number 5.
Okay, number 5. And your question, Liz, is I believe becoming a certified life coach will allow me to blank. Fill in that blank.
Oh, I should have left well enough alone.
I'll be like that, Liz.
Well, actually, I want to be a life coach because my son was murdered, and I talked to a lot of mothers that is on this journey of grief. So I want to be able to encourage them, give them life ways to continue with life, even through our tragedy, we still have to continue, it's going to be hard and stuff, but I still want to be able to encourage other mothers. And I also want to be able to talk to our young Black males between the ages of 14 and 21. They're making a lot of decisions that's gonna really, impact their lives, only choosing to pick up guns and murdering people. And I just need to be able to try to reach at least one of them, for them to change their lives and to change their train of thought, because that's where it starts at. So I'm here to just try to help other people.
Love it. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
I see we got some newbies joining us. Let's see who we have. Erica, Martha, who's ready for their number to be called? Erica and or Martha, who's ready?
Okay, can you hear me?
Erica, yes, we got you, girl. Let me find your number in here. So what we're doing is called vision casting, and the numbers that you guys replied to my email yesterday is the number that linked with the question I have for you. Ready?
Okay.
So fill in the blank. I believe becoming a certified life coach will allow me to blank.
So when I heard the lady that was talking earlier, just now, we have the same purpose, okay? I had a son died and murdered in 2007. I had a daughter in a car wreck in 2015. I had a son in a car wreck in 2019. They all died tragically, okay? And same thing she said, I would like to connect with someone that has that same story or similar. And I feel like because I'm doing this, I feel like I am putting myself out, and because I have a choice. I could be sad, I could be crying all day, crying it. It's a big choice being, not doing this. So I chose and I asked the Lord, I said, what should I do? How should I do my story? How can I help somebody else, right? Right now I work to the Atlanta airport, right? And I meet a lot of people. And I don't even know these people, and they come off the plane and they tell stories. And I said, oh, I didn't even know you. You tell me what's going on. And okay, I've been through that too. So because I meet them, I said, well, I want to open myself up more to other people. And I'm sure the Lord will take me further if I can't tell my story to everybody, because everybody can't accept it. Everybody gets sad. But I don't want that. I don't want you to get sad. You know what I mean? I want you to see light in me. I want you to see the light in me. I want you to see, hey, you know what? She making it. She making it after that. And that's what I want. I want somebody to see the light in me, and I want them to see that if she can make it, I can make it. So I said, what could I do? What can I do to do this? And I feel like being a life coach, I can inspire, I can encourage. Right now I sell paparazzi jewelry. I just will tell you that, right? But I feel like that was a start for me, because I was comfortable in my low comfort zone, and it brought me out a little bit, doing videos and stuff. But that's how the Lord do you now. Prepare you. And then I opened up and got more friends, and that's how I met you. And then when I met you, I said, oh, this girl here talking my talk. She's saying something I like, And then the first time you came out, I missed the first little thing. And I said, I'm not gonna miss this thing. I gotta do this thing. I gotta do this. Because somebody is out there. Yeah. Somebody out there that have to hear my story. And I'm gonna tell you, every day ain't Sunday now. Every day ain't no perfect day, but I just want to have that encouragement for others. That's what I want. I want to make sure that anybody going through this, anybody, dealing with this, that I can just brighten up, I know it's a sad story.
For sharing that. But I love how you turn it around and you see how other people have a vision just like yours. Like Joy mentioned earlier, I don't know if we were recording it, Joy, but you mentioned how we come from all walks of life. Do y'all notice how we've lived so many similarities in our life? We've been through so much that reminds each other of each other's stories. So when y'all hear my story, y'all like, oh my gosh, I can relate. You're talking to me. You're living my life. I love it. Thank you for sharing, Eric. I'm gonna let Bridget wrap us up. I think I saw Coach Lee come in, one of our
people or?
Oh no, you tell me.
Oh, okay. Well, a year from now, I would like to impact, oh my God, people of all races. I've been through so much in my life. I spent 22 years in the military. It's like I didn't start living until 2019 once I started therapy. And then I began to understand what made me the person I am. And then it reminds me of all the people I've encountered in my life. I went back to college so I can become a organizational psychologist and go back, because what I really would like to do is impact as many organizations as I can, because so many people, the average person spend the majority of their day at work. And if you work in a toxic environment, a culture of disrespect, victim blaming, where sexual harassment, sexual assault is permitted, that person's life is in turmoil. But my goal is to go into organizations and be like the defibrillator and be like clear and bring back life to people and that organization.
All right now.
So when people go to work, they can work in peace and harmony. So I really, my major thing is I would like to deal with inner healing. I just want to help people with their inner healing so they can live again. Like, it's just because you're not a millennial, your life is not over.
That's right.
So that's my main. I just want to help organizations and help individuals heal from life trauma. Because I feel a lot of times in the Black community, we don't talk about stuff, but we all deal with the same stuff. And if we talk about it and coaches, we can overcome this.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna flash on.
Your
picture. Okay. Moving.
You just see a picture.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Nod your head if you can hear me.
I
You can hear me. You can leave for pressing her way through and being here today.
I'm gonna give up all.
Yeah, whole round.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
certified.
149.
I know you. 40, right? She's owning her number. I'll tell y'all about that. Come up. We have 109. So she leave her number. Can you still hear me? Okay, number 7. Becoming a Black woman certified life coach would mean blank for my legacy.
Becoming the Black coach would mean for my legacy. I think it will, let me see, that's a good one for my legacy. To continue me making footprints in my journey. So it'll just be like another notch in my belt. Being in the corporate world, I made some notches, as a Black woman, as an entrepreneur, as a person who's started a nonprofit. I think it just adds, it continues to add to young, even older Black women. It's a book, chapters. So it's just continuum chapters. So I'll have hopefully many more chapters to leave my legacy in my name. And this definitely will be one, like I said, just coming from a corporate world into this and really accepting and receiving that gift of being a coach, certified coach. And with that word in front of number.
Yeah, I know, maybe you don't, but I love to make everyone feel included. So I'm scrolling through. I don't think I missed anyone. Did I miss?
Yes, you
Martha,
did.
did
You
you get a
missed
chance to go?
Miss Martha.
Mark, you
No, I
ready?
did. Yes.
What was your
My
number?
number 8.
8 was very popular. Let me scroll back. I can see all my notes and everything. You are number 1. So thank you for registering early for the boot camp. Thank you for being here. 1 year from today, I hope to have impacted Black people as a Black woman certified life coach.
1 year of today. Can you repeat that, please? I'm sorry.
1 year from today, I hope to have impacted blank people as a certified life coach.
Okay. I hope 1 year from today. Oh my God, I can't put a number on it, but I would love to be able to help many, many people. I'm not looking at mostly time, but just day by day. You know, I always, and as I preach a ministry, I have a women ministry, and I always say I want to be able to on, and that's really what I want to do. I want to be able to have an impact on many people. So can't really put a number on it, but even if I reach 1, I'm doing great.
Amen. I love that. That gave me chills. Like, oh, he is taking score, ain't he? Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you all for being here. I wanted to make sure that I'm sharing my screen right. I don't want y'all to see my notes. So let me know if y'all probably do. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me make sure I'm sharing it right. Are there any final I'm making sure we haven't left anybody out. We got everybody, right? I think so. Okay. All right. So let me take a minute. Got my share. Try to remember how to share without my notes. So screen. I don't know. Let's try it. Screen share. Y'all see my screen? Yes. Okay. Let's try it like this now. Current slide. Let's try this. Thank y'all for being patient with me. Still doing the same thing. So stop share the screen and then I think if I do. Okay, are there any Zoom wizards? Let me ask that because someone on here always knows what to tell me to click, make sure that I'm sharing my presentation, but not my notes. Anybody know how to do that?
I think you're supposed. Oh, go ahead, Miss.
No, go ahead, Joy. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think there's an option when you hit share screen. It's like it might ask you to share entire screen or just a file or something like that. I don't know how it's worded, but don't share the entire screen and just share that one, the actual you have to have it up too, like the actual PowerPoint that you're trying to have up. So open that up, and then when you go back to share screen, it should give you the option of sharing that one presentation versus your entire screen. So just click whatever is opposite of entire screen, and you should be able to just cast that to us all. If that makes any sense. I'm not sure if I said that right or not.
So when you said share screen, one at a time, share option, share screen. Host attendee Zoom. That's my screen. That's my screen. That's my PowerPoint. You think it's screen or is it? This is always so annoying to try to figure out. Oh, maybe portion? Nope, that's not it. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Thank you. If it come down to it, y'all on with me. I think it's still gonna do it. Okay, let's just go with what we got. I wanted you guys to be able to see the full screen. I'm trying, but I'm not sure if
I believe you would hit show presenters view, I think.
I did that. Now y'all see my notes though.
I don't see any notes.
It would be on the, you see where it says no notes right there?
Oh, okay.
Now you know what to look. Okay, hold on. Screen.
Do we see it? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, I can see the recording button on my screen.
Be patient. I'll be patient with myself here. Okay. All right. We go. So if you see my notes, that's perfectly fine. In the world of online presentation. We don't want to hide it to show. Okay. So this is, of course, the 2-day Black Life Coach Bootcamp. I'll be here tomorrow, same time, same place. And it's all about how to become a certified life coach. All you guys registered over at Black Life Coach Bootcamp, so you got a feel for today's agenda. Vision casting was a part of where I want to know where you want to go. It'll help us with what we teach today. So go ahead and mute your mic, and dive in. I'm gonna click here. That is not playing. Okay. Let me make sure. I'm gonna share computer. Okay. In case you can't hear it. Can you guys hear it? Let me go ahead and. Yes?
I can hear it. I cannot hear it.
So yeah, like, oh, you can't hear it. Okay. Oh, so, okay, I'm gonna skip this. There we go. So this is my, if you want to hashtag future Black life coach, then go ahead and write that down, or go ahead and shout. We had a little jazz. I already took our picture screenshot for those of you who were here with us early. And to get caught up, here are our registered attendees. I want to not miss anybody. We'll probably have more people jump in throughout the day. But that was our vision casting that we just completed. And it's, again, to show us where you are. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see the presentation? Because I don't see where you're seeing it.
No, we can't see your presentation.
Right.
Okay. So maybe I do have to go back to share screen. Yeah, give me one moment. Ooh, I see why people do not do technology. Lord Jesus. Share screen. Okay. Oh, share screen, share sound, and share. There we go. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes. Okay. Tell me by head nod if you can hear
Andrika
this
Austin
video.
Here. I'm extremely proud. I went from the loss of a job and homelessness
You can hear it?
building a global master
Yes.
life coach training agency. I achieved my goals and in the process discovered my passion and purpose. Today, I do the same thing for women all around the world. I learned the power of coaching and discovered the secrets to help other women live their best life. I've been mastering this learnable skill set for years, and as a result, I've been able to transfer my proven processes to celebrities, public figures, and superstar women who have the desire to change lives by becoming a certified life coach through my Master Life Coach Training Agency. Millions of lives are being impacted through my virtual and live events and my assemblage of certified life coaches. And I haven't had a single
Okay, yes.
Did it stop? Is it still playing? I can't hear it. Okay.
It stopped.
Oh, sorry guys. I don't know. Can you hear it?
Nope.
Okay. So for being so patient and understanding. This is what it is. Here we go. So that's the video just introducing me. My coach actually made that. He was on our last boot camp. This is our the International Center for Life Coach Training. Can y'all see my screen?
No.
No, we
No.
can't say it.
So I'm gonna just talk through it, and as it pops up, y'all will see where I am. I've tried. So again, we have a hashtag Future Black Life Coach. If you want to post for Instagram, and it would also help to just cast your vision, put it out there. You know, the Bible talks about write the vision, make it plain, so that he who reads it can run with it. You too now, because you know kind of where you started. One of the visions was cast this morning. You want to know how where so now I'm gonna move into so today is day one, and you're gonna discover what life coach is, what it's not. A lot of people think that life coach counseling is therapy, is giving advice, is sharing your opinion. That's not it. I'll walk you through it. We'll talk about some of the coaching characteristics as well as coaching personalities, and ways to deliver coaching. You can deliver coaching in unexpected ways. I know that who was that said people get off the airplane and start talking and telling their life issues. You know, you can be anywhere and deliver coaching, whether it's face-to-face or the 8 different coaching modalities that I'll teach you. And then we're going to discover your inner Black life coach, because we all have her. She is there. She just needs to know how to come out. We're going to help her. So as long as we're still recording, we're doing good. I'm going to try this screen share thing once again and just keep it moving. So you guys may see my note or read along with me. Just
We
do
see
what
them.
we do. Thank you. So are you a Black woman of faith who has a heart to serve? I'm a certified life coach. Some hand raises. Make sure I'm talking to the right people. Black, you're a woman, you want to become a coach. Are you here? Let me see. Hand raises. My screen is frozen. So, let me look at my other screen. I see you. Here we go. Let me help you, bro. Let me go back because I have to make sure that I don't leave anything out for you guys. But then, Dr. A, can you train us? Because coach is what we want to do when the 9 to 5 is. So if you want to your culture ability for you. Here in Atlanta, Black woman. often been told that you're such a great listener. Let me do like this if I'm talking to you. Or it's so easy to talk to. Anybody? Okay. And you probably even researched how to get paid using these skills and decided or been told to become a certified life coach. So you started looking into it, but it's been several months now. You're still not any closer to a decision than when you first started researching. And that also means that you may be on your way to becoming a part of that Black women statistic that never make the difference that you know you can make as a certified life coach. So your dream of leaving a legacy and the impact you could have on the world may just have to go to the grave with you. And I can share some stories of coaches who did. One in particular, a coach that came, got certified. He was actually a pastor. We used to certify Black men as well. And he went back home. He was preaching one Sunday morning. He got off stage. He had a massive heart attack and died. And I spoke with his wife, and she said, Dr. AJ, don't worry. Becoming a certified life coach was our passion, our dream. Please keep reaching out to me to check on me and the kids to if you were to get certified quickly and you had that piece of paper in your hands with the word certified life coach behind your name, like Coach Lee has, like Coach Jasmine will have soon, then you will have that confidence, the blueprint, the skills you need. And I'm going to teach you, even in the training, how to find those clients and keep them consistently coming in so that you can make more money for yourself and your business. How does that sound? Just can we get a little whoop whoop if, it sounds like I see you. I hear you. Thank you, girl. So here we go. So in our class, sitting in front of the center is Javar. He's the only guy there. We have Kristen sitting in front of him. That is the blonde haired lady who would not unfreeze. We had a professional photographer in class that day, so she was camera ready.
We don't see the presentation.
Thank you. Hold on. Glad I said that like that then, so I can make sure y'all can see. It's just jumping it. It's bouncing it on and off, y'all. So let's see, we could play around with it. Maybe eventually it will take it out of crazy view. Y'all see the picture now? Okay, it says it's sharing screen. Can y'all see it now?
No.
Nope. Okay, it says coming up. Let me give it a minute. Let me tell me when you see it. Next time I know to have it. Hold up. I charge? Is coaching a ministry? Is it okay to charge? So let me hit screen share once again, share, and there we go. So from our current slide and to presenter view. You guys see that, right? There we go. This is my payment from January 1st to today or yesterday. This is in one stream of income in my coaching company. And this is what's possible for you if you want to know how much income you can add to your 9-to-5, or if you can place the income in your 9-to-5. Again, this is a stream of income. Remember, you got Zelle, PayPal, Stripe, Cash App, and so many others, but I only could fit one on this slide. So after this boot camp, you'll know how I did this and how you can do it too. You can do it in a lot less time than it actually took me to get here, because this was not out the gate. As I mentioned, 70% of Black women in business make less than this. This is almost double with just one income. How many see this is possible for you so far? Is it kind of making sense? Okay, I see some head nods. Cool. Could you use an extra $45,693? Let me see some hand raises, some hallelujah, some grab it, name it, and grab it, pull it down. Okay, I see you. So this here is one of our coaches, Coach Alexis. I'm not even going to try to play her video because mine wouldn't play early. She may be joining us coming up, but she is one of our recent coaches. She's in Texas, and her encouragement to you guys is that life is going to always happen. But if you just take the time, and in this case, it's an 8-hour course. So she's like, take 8 hours, set aside some time to do something for yourself that will move you one step closer to a goal that you have, because you can do it. Coach Alexis did it. And she and Coach Erica that lives in Texas helped me to see that also as Black women, we do learn different. We have higher expectations for our education. So some of you were like, I want to learn from a Black woman. I want to learn at my own pace. I want to take my time and do it. I want to get it all done in a day. All of those are options, especially if you learn different. Some are self-diagnosed and medically diagnosed ADD, ADHD learners. This is a perfect course for you self-paced wise. And I'll tell you more about the course coming up
as the boot camp introduces us. So this is Coach Alexis's quick answer to what it's like and what's possible as a coach to get certified in a day, today or tomorrow. This is not the certification process. It's a lot more structured, organized, as previously recorded, so you don't have the tech issues. And you do get to take your time and go through it by yourself, but I'm on the sideline rooting for you and holding you accountable, making sure that you finish. Coach Lee can tell you about that journey, and Coach Jasmine will get to experience it coming up soon, and maybe you too if you decide to come train with us. And so as a result of Coach Alexis getting certified and learning at her own pace, she will soon take on a contract for her local city. She's the go-to coach that they'll call on when women come to a domestic violence shelter. They want to start their life over and they're ready to say, you know what, I can do this. She's there to build their self-esteem, to talk them through what their life goals look like, to help them cast a vision for their life. She is the call on and go-to coach for her city in Texas. Can you guys see yourselves doing something like that? Being a part of like a larger movement, because maybe even the vision that you casted today is smaller than what God actually has for you. Can you kind of see yourselves thinking outside of the box just a little bit? Because it's bigger. Trust me, being here today is bigger than I even thought when I first got certified as a coach. And I'll tell y'all more about that coming up as well. So how was I able to do this? Well, now that you know that this boot camp, what it's all about, what you'll discover, who it's for, what to look forward to, and why you should keep listening, let me tell you how I've been able to do this, making an extra side income in the different tracks, if you will, of my own coaching company. So it was April 14, 2008, and I found myself at the courthouse in downtown Decatur, Georgia, where I was attending a divorce trial that would make a 5-year marriage final. And as I signed on the dotted line, making it official, as I walked down the hallway, headed toward the elevator and pushed the down button, once I got inside the elevator, the doors began to close. And I remember seeing my now ex-husband for the last time. I just remember that last little peek, and my phone rang in my purse. And as I descended down into the lobby, I took a chance with getting a cell phone signal inside the elevator, and I answered it. And I'm glad I did, because this is the courthouse. It's downtown Decatur, Georgia, just a few moments from where I am right now. It has 3 floors. So by the time you reach the lobby, you don't know, you're ready to get out of there. And I even had that thought, like, I wonder how many people have had this moment, just push the down, open doors, open, close doors, get me out of here. But in that moment, by the time I reached that bottom floor in the lobby, I got the call in my purse, and I'm glad I took a chance, because it was my cousin calling to tell me that my mom had just passed away. And so my mom was 47 years old. I'm currently 40. And so I think about that moment a lot. She was a 15-year entrepreneur. She was a new homeowner. She had only been in her home for about 8 years. She had it built from the ground up as an entrepreneur. And that was her life dream, as well as having a daughter. Now I have 2 younger brothers, but I was the one my mom prayed for. She had surgery for, and she got me. And so the day that I got the call, one part of my life was ending and another was just beginning. And so I'm glad I answered that call. I'm glad my cousin reached out to me, and I'm glad I was able to go and handle my mother's affairs. And so that's me and my mom. She hated taking pictures. This is me and her at like my high school graduation. And that's because one of our older cousins convinced her to smile and take a picture. And I'm glad that we have this one here. So at the time as well, I was living in a transitional housing facility here in Atlanta. Kind of looks like the courthouse, but it wasn't. It was a converted prison. I remember being homeless and just kept hearing in my spirit, prison, prison, prison. And I was like, God, am I going to jail? Haven't done anything. But what I did not know was that this place is where I would be living. It was a converted prison that had been transferred for the working poor here in Atlanta. And so right after I got out of the marriage, got into settling my mother's affairs, just a few days after, my corporate job then downsized. So it was like, boom, 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 these big life-changing events happening all at once. Raise your hand if you can kind of relate to something like that. You're like, okay, okay. Anybody have, okay, just, I see you, girl. It's like, all right, God. But what I did know in that moment, y'all, was that if I was going through all this in that moment, God had put something in me that he could trust. Everything that happened, the death, the divorce, the downsides, and then the handling of my mother's affairs. And just having to make these life-changing decisions at only 27 7 years old at the time. I just knew that God had something in me that he could trust. So my goal was to carry it through. And that's what I did. This is me right down the street from that homeless shelter. I had been hired to do a class. I used to teach jewelry making and self-empowerment classes for girls. So the Girl Scouts was my biggest client here in Atlanta. They called me and they're like, hey, can we meet you in the park? Because I didn't have anywhere to take them to, but I knew I still wanted to change lives. I still had a difference to make. So we went to the park, we spread out picnic blankets, and we made jewelry and taught self-esteem for girls. And I got paid right down the street from where my life had just fallen apart. But it was at that moment that I decided to take control of my destiny. I spent the next few years getting my life together, but I still felt like I needed permission to be great. Can anybody relate to that? Like, can somebody please just deem me great, give me permission, call my name, tell me, I'm a prophet to the nations and I'll finally go. Yeah, that was me. And so I kind of went with it, but I remember that burning desire for knowledge. I remember that passion for helping others. And I'm a former psychology major at Clark Atlanta University. And I remember my vow to God. And I was an honor student, $100,000 in scholarships to be there, y'all. And I wanted to be a psychology major. And I said, God, if you will help me heal my way through life, I promise I will help others heal as well. So that was my vow to God, helping myself heal and understand life, and that I would help others as well. Can you guys still see my screen? Let me know, just head nod. Okay, cool. So I did get deemed anointed. It's called the Business Anointing. It was held 5 years here in Atlanta, 5 minutes around the corner to where I currently live. I'm about to move in just a few short days, and I'll be even closer to this center that will host hundreds of business owners from around the world. They would come together once a year to get their business prayed over. What you see is, number one, the man in the white suit, he is a Brunner brother. Raise your hand if you know who the Brunner brothers are. The Black hair care product, the millionaire family here in Atlanta. They would literally anoint our heads with oil and gold to go forth and do business in the earth. That's a real sword in his hand. So if I would have moved, I could have lost the ear, like the story in the Bible. I'm glad I didn't. I had my eyes closed, so I didn't see most of what was going on, but the photographer captured it. So it was me and one of my business besties who actually told me about life coaching. I'll share more about that coming up. But we are here at the Business Anointing. So they did this for 5 years. And this was me building my confidence that I could do this, that I am a future business owner, that God has called me, that I can do great things, that my story matters, it's powerful, that it'll make a difference. Someone needs it. This was me getting anointed. And they don't do that anymore here, but they did keep our pictures for us. So I wanted to show, what it looks like to move forward. Here's another one of the brothers. There's 5 of them. One has a mega church here in Atlanta. It's a cathedral. They all actually have a church, but everybody knows about the cathedral here in Atlanta called Word of Faith. And that's currently where I pay all my tithes to, y'all. So that 45,000 Word of Faith gets, because they also have a business center attached to that cathedral. So because this family poured into my life, prayed over me, prayed over my business, it only makes sense that as my business is successful, I have to pour back into not only the church and the family to say thank you, but the business center that they have attached to it. They've actually called me 5 times to come speak to their entrepreneurs. Y'all see how this story, it matters? Your story matters, your journey matters. So who you can't see, you may see a little glitter in the background. It's one of my friends. Her name is Beth. We were business besties. She got me here every year into the line. We did our best to be first in line. That previous picture you've seen, I was first that year. I was determined. And as a result, I did become the business owner that I want to be. This is me, thanks to Beth. April 27, 2013, I became an internationally recognized certified personal life coach. Forgive the picture, it is blurry. That's my coach, Dr. Michael J. Duckett. He's here in Atlanta. He was my very first millionaire mentor. He certified me. I took this picture on a BlackBerry, so that's why it's blurry. But I love my little BlackBerry. Yeah, I remember BlackBerries. So I became certified on April 27th, 2013, after successfully completing a 2-day intensive, similar in length to the one that I offer now. He and I worked together for a short time, and we actually got the training from 2 days down to 1, and that's why my training is now 1 day as well. So this is my official certificate, y'all. Now the one I give my coaches is a lot cuter, right, Coach Lee? But this is black and white print days. I feel like it was so long ago. How many of you guys can see your name on a certificate like this with a coaching number saying that you're certified, proving that you have the skill to impact lives. Okay, I see your hands. Thank you. So what I did after getting certified was I studied my notes from that class. I reread the training manual. I read tons of books. I watched various DVDs and online videos, and I listened to countless cassette tapes and DVDs and audiobooks, attended any special event, any conference, summit, panel, symposium, teleconference, webinar, and seminar I could get my hands on. Does that cover all the bases? Like, I kept learning, I kept investing, I kept pouring into my knowledge, and what I learned, plus what that frame certificate represented on my home office wall, gave me exactly what I needed on my journey to becoming a certified life coach. And here's what I did. After all of that learning, I realized how much I had invested in coaching. Y'all ready for this number? My first life coaching session was with a lady named Rita, $2,232.06. Then there was Clark Atlanta University, Georgia Perimeter College, Georgia State University, for a beautiful grand total of $54,111.01. Some of those were loans. Not all was covered in scholarships. Then there's that actual training and development degree from Mercer University, another $27,098.13. We have the actual life coach certification, plus becoming a master life coach trainer and investing years in that training, another $18,083.14. And then there's the Master Life Coach Certifier training, where I spent time training and certifying coaches, but I was actually losing money for a total of 4 years, $19,882.17. The Life Coaching Master's degree, which I'm currently enrolled in with Liberty University, $17,992.07. I'm doing that degree for fun. I know several of people who have called me interested in my coaching have taken this degree program, and they're like, yeah, but we don't get to practice coaching. Yeah, but it's missing the Black thing. Yeah, but we need you to still certify us. And I'm like, wow, you spent $17,000. Okay, cool. So grand total, $139,399.29 is my, not really total, but I stopped there as far as my investment in certification. It's actually more than this. That's just where I stop for now. Education as a life coach is ongoing. Even though I've invested this amount into my education, I realized that it wasn't enough. There are still people who know more than I do. I want to know what they know, and I'm willing to invest in it. For right now, I currently have 5 business and marketing coaches. If you guys have watched any of my classes, you may have seen me with one of my coaches, Coach Eric. He's here in Atlanta, and he actually got me here today, helped me put this presentation together so that I can be more impactful and effective for Black women life coaches in the future. So I still invest in my education, and you will too. You will have to consistently invest in your education. It does not stop after certification. That's the beginning of the journey. So here I am with my first coaching client. She was a nonprofit organization leader who is now using the impact of her coaching sessions with me. We did 12 weeks for free in all different coaching modalities. I'll share that with you what those were, so that you can find out what your style may be as far as coaching and helping others and serving as well. So now she uses the work that we did in those first few sessions to advocate for social change in her community. She actually ran for a local politician's seat based on what she was able to do with our time together. So I thought that was very cool and impactful. Here's me with this another blurry picture. This is actually a screenshot of a YouTube video that my first 2 group coaching clients, Patty and Dawn, allowed me to capture of them, because I branched out after doing one-on-one and discovering what I liked. And I offered live weekly workshops and a group coaching program for women entrepreneurs in my hometown. So this is me and Patty and Dawn, and we would sit in a training room in my local mall. They gave me this training room on Sundays for free from 2 to 6. And for 6 weeks, we sat there. Now, the first client, I never got paid because I didn't charge. I was testing out coaching for 12 weeks. This was my first group coaching session, and each of them paid about $350, $375. So I got paid a little bit over $700 for my first group coaching session. Can anybody use an extra $700 maybe real quick? Like just coach a couple people. Okay, cool. Because I literally sat and read through my training manual with them, and they didn't care. That's what's in my hand, my notes. So it's possible. And then I started doing workshops, more and more people. So one of these is a young lady who was interested in becoming a college intern. So I ended up branching out a portion of my company to now mentor and tutor and allow college students who take entrepreneurial courses, particularly Black women college students, if they're in business courses, they can come shadow me She paid to be there because I wanted to show her the power of investing in yourself. But her name is Elena, and she's with West Georgia University, which is close to my hometown. So a portion of the work that I do, I sow back into the community, whether it's buying them food, because you know how it is in college, y'all. I showed y'all that $100,000 education. I filled up gas tanks. I have made sure that they were good, you know, from coaching calls and giving them access to trainings. One of our coaching interns, Lauren, she listens to calls like this, all of our recordings, and she transcribes it, and she's learning as she goes. A choreographer, she ended up getting a deal with one of Beyonce dancers here in Atlanta. They have a dance studio in our downtown area. And because of the goals we set together as she was interning with my company, she was able to literally check off her list everything she had to do while she was in school and after graduation. And so she kind of set the standard for how interns come into the coaching company and the impact we get to make. So book sales and workshops and coaching sessions and events like this, I always give back a portion of that into my local community for Black women entrepreneurs. So in this picture, there are several coaches. The lady leaning over towards me, that's again my business bestie, Beth, who got me into life coaching, because as my coaching company grew, I knew I wanted to become a speaker. I knew I wanted to become an author, and people heard me speak. They loved the confidence that I had in myself in my coaching business, and they started asking how they too can become a certified life coach. So I partnered with this guy. You may remember him from the blurry BlackBerry picture. This is a clearer picture from an LG phone. Dr. Michael J. Duckett and I, this is the first day, about a week after my graduation, I was invited to become an affiliate and a 4-year master life coach training partner with the same life coaching company that has certified me. And so he showed up to give me his blessing and his permission to train and coach and certify other people. And that's exactly what I did. And so I'm just going to run through a few of our pictures of our certified life coaches. Now, again, we used to certify men and women. So these are people who would come here to Atlanta from all over the world, as far as East Africa, Kenya, Australia, Vietnam, Malaysia, some right down the street here in Atlanta, Georgia. But they're all certified life coaches, including the coach who left his legacy here for his wife and his family. So you guys can tell we had a lot of fun in these classes. I always try to remember to get selfies to commemorate the memories of where it all began. This was actually my very first class, all women, right? So it kind of like spoke into the destiny of what was to come as a trainer. And this was our sold out, another blurry picture, but here we are, we got food and drinks, and they are partnered in pairs to coach each other based on what I had just taught them in the training. And that's at a facility here in Atlanta as well. And so that's our final picture at the end of our class of the sold out event here in hot Atlanta, Georgia. And so by special request, I was encouraged by my online and offline friends, family, and followers who seen me build my brand of training, coaching, teaching online. They also wanted to become certified life coaches and earn additional income for their own families. And they may not have been able to make it here to Atlanta. So in order to have a bigger impact, I was encouraged to start my own life coach certification training and development company, which is now the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC. And it's specifically for Black women of faith all over the world. That's you guys. Y'all told me y'all were Black, y'all were women, y'all were of faith, y'all wanted to become coaches. I got you, sis. That's why we here. So just a snapshot of some of the ladies who have studied with me, because I did turn what I do into a self-study process. So you don't have to wait on a training date. You don't have to wait on a time. But here's Coach Joy. She is here in Atlanta. Here is Coach Narecia here in Atlanta. Coach Tracy here in, she's in California, actually. Coach Shannon, who is a DJ. She is in Louisiana. Coach Sheila, she's in New Jersey. Coach Narecia again. Oh, nope. Coach Beverly was the first one. Forgive me, y'all. They would kill me if they knew I mixed them up. Coach Alexis from Texas. She may join us. She just sent me an inbox message. That is Coach Camille. She is here in Georgia. Coach Latoya, she's here in Atlanta too. Y'all can tell I got a lot of coaches. I'm trying to remember everybody's face and name. Coach Corinthia, she's from Mississippi. She's up here with us now. Coach Latoya, she's here in Marietta with me. And this could be you. So I'm sharing them because I have invested hundreds of hours in live, in-person, and live stream life coach certification training. So I have taken a total of 6 life coach certifications just to know what you guys go through, because it has been a while since I got certified. but I know what's out there. And based on what's out there, I seen what was missing. Like I remember sitting in a life coach certification live here in Atlanta. Someone flew in, hosted a training, and I was like, okay, let me go start my training because this ain't it. This is not it. It's missing a whole lot of stuff. And so what was missing was the fact that the person leading the training had never been certified themselves. So I was like, how are you gonna certify people and you ain't never been certified though? So I knew that there was a need for what I do. And now we've certified 150 Black women all over the world. And again, this is where you come in. My training company currently offers a 1-day, 8-hour life coach certification self-study course. It breaks down the dynamics of how to number one, coach, number two, connect, number one, connect, number two, coach, and number three, convert. Those are the 3 secrets to becoming a professionally trained, skilled, qualified, certified life coach. So this is bringing you up to date. How many of you guys can see yourself as a newly certified life coach? Just based on a little bit of what I share. Let me see some hand raises. I see you. Thank you. Okay. So here's that final stamp of approval that I had to kind of launch me out. This again is Dr. Duckett and I, and just highlighted in his testimonial for me is how he's witnessed my dedication to what I do in the life coaching industry and how I've expanded in the coaching industry with real world and professional experiences. That's why I share my story. That's why I tell you guys who I am, where I've been, and I keep it real about what's out here in the life coaching industry. And I see what we need in order to become better as Black coaches. But I really do this because number one, it's a lot of miseducation in the life coaching space. I'm a coach who looks like you. So I want to give it to you from that standpoint. I love what I do, if y'all can't tell. But I really love to see us succeed, Black women of faith. I love helping women make money, and I love helping Black women leave their legacy. I love the visions that you guys casted today, showed how you can take what you've been through and rewrite the narrative. You can pick up where that story left off, and you can change what that outcome looks like for you and for other people, because someone needs you. That's the bonus. We need certified Black life coaches right now more than ever. The Black Lives Matter movement is what catapulted my coaching career and company. That's why you guys are finding me online now, because we're like, our money is green. It spends the same as white money, but I would love to learn from someone who looks like me, can educate me, and really enjoy what they need and can show me. They enjoy what they do and can show me how to get to where I want to be. And so you're going to take your green dollars and okay. I might need to, you can still see the screen. Okay, cool.
No, we can't see the screen now. No.
Let me get us back here. Zoom kicking me out. So it's bringing it back up. There we go. Y'all see it now? Okay, cool. So I do this because I love it. And because I love it, I show up different places. And as a result, as your Master Life Coach Certification Trainer, I personally had the opportunity to serve, to support, and to share the stage with other coaching greats like Lisa Nichols, like Stormy Wellington, like Tony Gaskin, and like Brandy Harvey. You guys recognize any of those faces? Some of them look a little familiar. Cool. Okay. So that's just to name a few. But what I wanted to share with you was really the secret behind becoming a certified life coach. Can I tell you guys 3 secrets really quick to help you start the process of what comes next for you as a certified life coach? Y'all ready? Let me see some hand raises, some thumbs up, some head nods. Cool. Okay. So let me share with you the 3 secrets to becoming a certified life coach. Write this down. C, the letter C. It's a formula. So if you got your journals, you got a pen, you want to capture this because this is your secret. Plus, so you got C plus, C. So C plus C plus C. C plus C plus C. That's my formula for becoming a professionally trained, skilled, qualified, certified life coach. And that formula, C plus C plus C equals confident coaching.
because you want to show up just like I've been able to show up for celebrities, just like I've been able to show up in what I do and train and certify Black women of faith. You want to be confident in what you do. And the C+C+C formula helps you do that. There are 3 C's to becoming a certified life coach. Number 1, which is secret number 1, is to connect. Secret number 1 is to connect. Write that down if you have a pen and paper handy. Secret number 2 is to coach. Duh, coach. But coach is actually a 5-part acronym, and I'll break that down in just a moment. And then there's secret number 3, convert. So 3 C's to becoming a certified life coach is number 1, to coach, to connect. Number 2, to coach. And number 3, to convert. Let me break down secret number 1 for you. That's to connect. That's when you show up for your people. So just like you guys found me online, you found me in a Google search, you show up. Some of you guys I've talked to by phone, but then you speak to where they are. That's why we started off with vision casting. I want to hear your heart. Where are you, so that I can know how to help you move forward as a coach? And then how to connect heart to heart. I sit and I listen, and I'm very patient. That's what you do as a coach. You have a trained ear to hear what a person is not saying, because you're connected to their heart. You're not really connected to what they say. You got to feel into their heart. So show up for your people, speak to where they are now, connect heart to heart, and then speak, share spirit to spirit. A lot of you guys say, Dr. AJ, it's just something about you. And I'm like, child, that's the Holy Spirit. That's because our spirits connect. So if you serve the same God I serve, it's obvious we're going to connect spirit to spirit. But that's what we do as coaches, heart to heart, spirit to spirit, speaking to where people are and showing up for our people. And this is an example of Camille. Camille was one of those people that I showed up for, didn't even know it. She's one of our case studies now. She says, God has put people in place to help you to where you need to go. When I really started thinking about life coach certification and how it would enhance me and my skills on my corporate job and benefit my work as a minister, I closed my eyes and I submitted my payment to the training. And that's what it's about. Can you guys still hear me? Let me see a head nod. Cool. So Camille wanted to become a life coach. She wanted to become a certified life coach, and she thought about how it could enhance her skills on her corporate job and also benefit her work as a minister in her church. And so she scrolled through Facebook and consistently seen my face pop up on Facebook Live, because I showed up. She told me that while she was laying in bed one night, God showed her my face. And she ended up back on my Facebook page watching more of my lives. And then she found herself on my website looking for the life coach certification training program that she'd heard me mention in the videos. And she found it. She said that she closed her eyes and she hit submit payment. And she mentioned that what she saw in me and heard in my story was a significant sign of humility, and how that was a great trait to have in a trainer. And so she later told me that she knew she wanted me, a professional trainer with a degree in training and development and years of leading and submitting under leadership in life coaching, to be her trainer, because my personal training style was practical, straightforward, straight to the point. And she loved that I'm extremely knowledgeable about the life coaching industry. And she mentioned that she really appreciates how I continue to learn my craft, and she could tell that I knew my stuff. So she and a group of 4 ladies joined me in our very first bootcamp style masterclass, similar to the one that you're on today. And at the end of that class, she said yes to becoming a professionally trained, skilled, qualified, certified life coach with me. And she has since been added to the growing list of new life coaches worldwide who I have personally trained online. Now, she stated in her testimonial for the class that the online life coach certification training works really well, and how it's very cohesive, and that she really loved the component we call co-coaching. Some of you guys asked me, do you get to practice the skill of coaching in the training? You do. It's called co-coaching. It was received another chance to connect, not only with me, but with the other coaches in our private Facebook group, as well as her co-coaching client. So you'll be able to connect individually and as a group in our private Facebook coaching community if you decide to join us. And Coach Camille also says that I came into her life as a coach to help her better herself, her church, and her corporate communities, and to bring her idea for becoming a certified life coach to life. So because she on her own. So Camille is our very first certified life coach online. She launched her financing coaching firm
where she helps people get their credit together, all the way together to the point that they could buy homes just like she did. So she used her story, she backed it up with becoming a certified life coach, and her story of connecting with me heart to heart started when I showed up for her on Facebook Live, and we connected spirit to spirit. So much. Okay, so let me bring this up again. This is fun. So let me from current slide, and then hope it lets me. So let's talk about that really quick. So from what I shared from Camille and her story and the ability to connect, let's talk about what connecting could look like for you using what I call the 10 coaching characteristics, especially as Christian coaches. This is the 10 Christian coaching characteristics. So this is the must have as a Christian coach, right? And if you're going to become a Black woman coach, you got to have these coaching characteristics. This is the Black Life Coach Selfie Quiz. So if you've ever read my book, The Life Coach, it actually comes in our training now, but it walks you through the selfie quiz to make sure where your selfie is, not the selfie, but the selfie, okay? So it's great for connecting heart to heart on your next steps on your journey to becoming that professionally trained, skilled, qualified, certified life coach. So I'm about to ask you guys a few questions, and I want you just to write down a 10 beside what I say. You don't have to write the question out. I'll read it to you. Just focus. Y'all ready? So just woosah. And the following are these questions that I put together for the Life Coach Selfie. It's going to help you determine truly become a certified life coach online in one day with me or not. So again, give yourself 10 points for each of the following areas that apply to you. Number 1, people often tell me that I'm a good listener and easy to talk to. Give yourself 10 points if that's you. Number 2, I'm not inquisitive or nosy, and I ask a lot of questions. Give yourself 10 points if that's you. And you're going to need to know your score in life purpose. Let me read that again. I feel called to help others discover their life purpose. Give yourself 10 points if that's you. Okay. Number 4, I love to help others accomplish their goals. Give yourself 10 points if that's you.
Screen sharing went off also.
See, thank you. I'm gonna let me finish this up and then I'll bring our screen back up. Number 5, getting results from hard work is important to me. Number 6, I value accountability. Number 7, I thrive on structure and specialized skills. Number 8, I would love to be paid well to ask questions. Number 9, I implement information I learn. And number 10, I value patience and the ability to hold space for others. Y'all got it? Okay, so let me bring my screen back up. Go ahead and add up your 10s for a total. And I want to hear from you guys about what your score is. So I've read you the 10. These are the 10 coaching characteristics to know if you're ready to become a certified life coach. That's why you're here today. scroll through these here. Big reveal, calculate how many 10s you have. If you have a total of 100 points, then you're definitely ready to become a certified life coach and have me as your trainer. The coaching selfie is a snapshot into what life is and can be like as a certified life coach. So let's discuss your answers. Who wants to share their answers, their total, any ahas or takeaways? I know when Coach Camille took this, she was like, oh, I didn't never consider myself nosy, but I guess, and she counted that for her 10. So who wants to share their score, any ahas or takeaways from the coaching selfie? Did you learn anything about you? Did it reveal anything? Go ahead.
This is Bridget. So I felt like I got 90, and the only reason why I got 90 because I am nosy, but because of what the job I used to have with dealing with victims of sexual assault, I was taught not to ask a lot of questions. So I've even seen that spill into my personal life a lot. Besides that, everything else I have is a 10, but I know that's where that stems from.
Yeah, and just like I mentioned with your vision casting, how we can take what used to work and kind of rewrite that vision, because now you're in a space where people need you to ask questions. People are begging for attention. Do you know how many people want someone to ask them about themselves? And they can go on and on and on. So you, as a future Black life coach, are blessed with the opportunity to rewrite that narrative. It's safe to ask questions. They need me to ask questions because they don't need you to tell them anything. They need you to ask because our answers are within. We know what to do. If the right person asks us the right question because they're skilled on doing it, your clients have ahas and breakthroughs and they think you're brilliant. And you're like, all I did was ask you a question, So this is your opportunity for that. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Anybody else want to share their score, ahas?
I will. This is Liz. I got 90 also. I think I am nosy. I mean, I tend to ask my kids all their business. And I talk to a lot of mothers and I ask them what's their story. A lot of people want to tell their story, but some people are not able to accept and hear the story. So I am one of the mothers that hear the stories and give them my story at the same time.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. When you share,
and they actually be like, "You so strong." I'll be like, "No, I'm not. I cry. I grieve. But it's just the encouragement that I give them at the same time. And when I'm listening to their stories, so they kind of can relate.
And what you can do with that too is recognizing that you have a powerful story and you want to share it. People need to hear it and they need to be encouraged to share theirs as well. So thank you for sharing your ahas from that exercise. It teaches this. My life coach certification process is a self-study process, as one of our coaches, Coach Eva Porter, put it. She's here in Atlanta as well with us, I think. I put everybody in Atlanta. But she said your program is like a inner self-study. I had to study myself before I could come out the gate swinging, helping other people. So this is your chance to truly go in and share based on these characteristics. So thank you, future Coach Liz, for sharing your takeaways. Anybody else want to share real quick? Darla, I see you unmuted. Did you share?
I got 98, and I used to be a probation officer. I had to be. Where are you? What you doing? Where you working? Who you hang out with? I had to do all those things, but like Richard said, I pulled back in my personal life, and I'm now retired because people don't want to be bombarded with questions all the time.
Your coaching clients, they want your question. You ain't thinking about people. You're thinking about coaching clients who need you. They do want to be bombarded with questions. It will drive them crazy, but they will love you, and they will start saying, I heard Coach Liz, I heard Coach Darla, I heard. They tell me all the time, Dr. AJ, I heard you sitting on my shoulder asking me a question about this, because they want those questions. You got to rewrite that. Tell me where 98 came from 100. Well, you only got 10 points per answer, ma'am.
Oh, okay, then I did my own little adding, I guess.
Look at that. Just made that. I was like, 98. Okay. So your tip is to rewrite that narrative. People do want to be asked questions, but not just from anybody, from a skilled question asker. That's what life coaching is about. So when you learn the right questions to ask, then you'll know.
Okay.
The questions that we opened up with the vision casting, y'all have never been asked those questions before. That's because I'm a professional question asker. And I train professional question askers. So they want your questions. They're gonna be like,
Okay.
so what do you think, Coach Liz? And you can flip it on a question. What do you think, Coach Darla? Flip it on a question. As long as you can answer whatever your clients bring at you with a question, you'll make a great life coach.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you for sharing your ahas. I know I cut you off,
You're
but we
welcome.
gotta stop it.
You're
We
fine.
gotta
You're fine.
Anybody else want to share before we move on? We're gonna take a 5-minute break coming up. Anybody else want to share?
Erica.
Come on, Erica. What you got, girl?
So when when I graduated from high school, I'm a cosmetologist for 23 years. And I had to be nosy. Okay, when the client would come in, what did you do to your hair? Did you color your hair last night? No, I didn't color my hair. You know you did. You did it. Find out if you did. So I had to be nosy. Okay, so anytime someone came in and I would do their hair, I still had to find out about it. Still had to do like a profile on them.
Yeah.
And just find out the last time you had a perm, the last time you had this going on in your head. So I had to be nosy. Okay. So that is this right here, from that time until this, it kind of set me up to be a coach. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go to get your hair, could you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Right. So what happened was, when it set me up for this, because people would come to me, get their hair done, and you automatically talk to them and tell you their problems. I didn't ask for that, but they automatically. So that's how I know this right here is for me, because I was already, prepared for this. I'm prepared.
I love it. Thank you for sharing from that aspect. We have had, I've talked to so many physicians and cosmetologists, and they're all doing great things. Some of them can't see where coaching comes into play. And we took cosmetology in high school, so I know as soon as you sit down in the chair, you open up, fill all your secrets. And I talked to one cosmetologist that, Dr. AJ, I want to listen to what they share, but I don't know what to do with the information they share. So coaching teaches you how to take what your client share with you and give it back to them in a way that helps change their lives. And not only are they coming to you to get their hair done, by the way, I tell you a hairdresser, how you say head, that head like so you have been trained, and so have so many other beauticians, and you may even be the example that other beauticians need. Say, oh, this is my of psychology, because y'all are counselors, therapists, and turn it into coaching. And so you're on the right path. Like you said, this is trained for that. So thank you for sharing that, because that's going to help with our next secret. And then we're going to go into our 5-minute break of the day. I'm going to show you guys how to take this skill and the secrets that I've shared with you guys and turn it into what your next steps like. Sound good? Cool. Thank you. Thank all of you guys who shared. That's what it's about. We talked about showing up. So you got to show up and share. Okay. So all mics muted. Let's move on to tip number 2 of 3, which, let me change my slide here. Secret number 2 is coach, but it's an acronym. It's 5 parts. Let me break down what those 5 parts are for you. So the first C is for conversation in the acronym coach. And it means when you reach out, whether you're reaching out via email, text, DM, phone, just checking in to say hi. The O is for optimism. That's what I mentioned to Coach Liz, where you can't stay in a negative space, because O is for optimism. Our clients need us as a future life coach to hear the optimism in our voice when we chat, because 9 times out of 10, they don't have that type of energy surrounding them all the time. So we are that light, that beam of light that's full of joy. You don't have to be happy all the time. You won't always have great days, but you learn how to channel your energy to being optimistic. The A is for action oriented. That's where you have action oriented conversations. These are positive conversations. They're upbeat. They're helping your clients move forward. And so this is how you take what your clients share with you, turn it into a coaching question, and then redirect their path. That's why I say, even as coaches, you have to redirect your thinking, change that narrative. Yes, they want to hear my questions. Yes, they want to hear my story. Yes, it's a safe space to share. So we have conversation, optimistic, action-oriented, and then our other C is for confidence. People want to know that you're confident in your skill as a certified life coach, what makes all the difference in what happens throughout the chat with your future coaching clients. So if you show up and you're optimistic, you're helping them move forward, you're just chatting and checking in on them, and you're confident in your skill as a coach. Now, in the coaching space, you'll hear something called the imposter syndrome. That usually happens with people who have not invested in their education to become professionally trained, skilled, and qualified as a certified life coach. Because when you're certified, you're confident in that skill and your clients can hear it. Even with me here today, technology, it doesn't bother me. I can teach from notes. I'm confident in my skill as a coach because I know I have something that you need to hear. And that's how you show up for your coaching clients as well. And then H is heart to heart. The same thing that I shared in Coach Camille's story, connecting heart to heart. My first coach, Dr. Michael J. Duckett, whose picture I've shown you guys a couple times now, he teaches that, coaching from the heart. But for me, heart to heart means listening. It means that trained ear to hear. Y'all know the Bible, he who has an ear, let him hear. You got to hear what your clients are not saying. You have to hear where to come in with your really good, powerful life coaching question. And then you provide coaching around that specific standpoint in their life from whatever they share with you. But you got to do it from a confident place, heart to heart. So that's coach. That's the coach model. And here's someone who put it to use. This is Coach Sia. She's an educator. She has a background and experience in counseling. Some of you guys do too. I train a lot of master social workers, counselors, and therapists, as well as organizational leaders, whether it's in your church or on your job or in your community. But her specific job was impacted by COVID. So y'all know this was recent. So she had been a friend and a fan and a follower of mine online for years. Like she can tell us back in the day videos she sent me when I first started doing online videos. And she watched my journey. She witnessed my life coach training because I would come live on Facebook during some of my live trainings here in Atlanta. And so she would join via live stream. And she had even referred a friend to our online life coach certification training. And then one day, she and I decided to have a quick conversation by phone. That's that C and coach model. And she shared with me that she too had been led down the coaching path. And she even had an idea for how she wanted to use her life coach certification, but she felt so overwhelmed because it was so many training options. But then during our call, I listened. Remember, we have that ear. I asked her questions. Remember, that's what a coach does. And we reviewed her goals. That's what a coach does as well. And we talked about her dreams, that she wanted to relaunch a podcast that she had, but she wanted to do it as a certified life coach to get that confidence in that COACH model, right? So she wanted to impact more people, help them via the internet airwaves. And she had seen me do it in my podcast over the years. She had seen me on my Facebook Lives and so many other places. And she and I both were confident that I could help her as well. So I added to our discussion about how she could also even use those trained listening skills. Like some of you guys said, I'm a professional question asker. I was trained to ask questions. I was trained to get in people's business. I told her how she could take what she did already as a counselor and use that leadership ability, that ability to observe situations, and then positive question asking skills from her counseling background and that experience, she could put that in her future role as a certified life coach. So our brief phone chat transitioned into a coaching conversation, and that allowed her to realize that while she referred her friend to the training, it was actually her turn to become a certified life coach. And so after our coaching call, Sia purchased a copy of my book, The Life Coach, which again, I now include in our one-day life coach certification self-study program. And she also signed up for the Bootcamp style masterclass with me, again, similar to the one that you're on today. So she raised her hand during that class to become one of the first 5 ladies who said yes to their destiny of becoming a certified life coach. And she mentioned how in the training, she liked that I offered that one-day life coach certification training online and how it taught a concept. And then it gives you not only the concept within the coaching industry, but the tools to go and put the information in, excuse me, to practice. Can you guys see yourselves using what I've shared so far in practice? So that's what Sia did. I'm gonna turn my fan on me. Excuse me. So she took what she learned in the training, she put it into practice, and that built her confidence as a coach as well, both during and after the training, using those tools and that information. She also mentioned how she noticed that the information that I taught was more than just theory. Remember how I said, I'm at Liberty University getting my master's in life coaching for fun. I got my BA degree from my mom because she's like, just finished school. And so that's a degree. My master's is free. And the master's program is based on theory because believe it or not, it's not taught by okay, can you guys see us? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me see some head nods. You can see or hear me.
I can hear.
So I should pop back up on camera. So Sia took what she learned in class. She loved that she had those for exactly how to reach out, coaching online and offline. And Sia is the perfect example of the best way for us to coach, COACH, as we connect. So that's putting those two secrets into practice right away. So when I talked to Sia, the idea was for us to add an extra revenue stream while using her skills beyond what she knew as an educator and as a counselor. So now, one day to that training. So Sia, her learning, her knowledge, because we want to go their continuing education opportunities, training coaches, where education they see for themselves beyond where they currently are. Because as I mentioned, sometimes as a life coach, we're a sounding board and sometimes a shoulder to cry on and a trusted space to open up in and vent to. So like with Sia, a coaching conversation can begin out of the kindness of your heart when you reach out just to chat and see how a potential client is doing and ask if they have questions or if anything is on their heart or mind that they like to talk about and receive some coaching around. So as a life coach, when you implement the two secrets that I've shared with you so far for how to, number one, connect, how to two, coach, it could start out with an encouraging word, a word of prayer, or maybe by sending a quick just checking in on you message. I send those all the time. What they need is a professionally skilled, trained, qualified, certified life coach in their life most of the time. So when or if the opportunity presents itself, offer your future coaching clients that space to coach with you and charge for it. Who's ready to find out how you can put a price on being a coach? Okay. She's like, show me the money. I got you. So our job as a life coach is to be there for our clients and to ask, what can I help you with today? Or what would you like coaching around today? Or how can I be positively optimistic for you right now? Can you imagine somebody asking you that? How can I show up for you right now?
Dr. AJ, we
How can I
can't
hold
see the screen?
Okay, we're still on Sia. So I'll bring that slide back up. I'm wrapping this secret up, but as a coach, you want to be able to honor or serve your client in that moment. And you simply just ask a question. How can I hold the space? How can we connect one-on-one? How can I honor you and serve you in this space? Because most of the time, our future coaching clients do not have that person in their life who cares enough to sit, to listen, to ask them really good questions and not judge them. Let me say that again, not judge them. So we have to show our coaching clients that we are a safe space to open up to because we're unbiased. We, like they say, we don't have a dog in the fight. We're just here to help you accomplish your goals. We're not here to share our opinions or try to give advice or try to fix you because that's not coaching. So that's where we come in as professionally trained, skilled, qualified, certified life coaches. And we're there to simply listen, ask questions, and hold our clients accountable. Because while it's okay to listen to our clients, to ask them questions, we also have to hold them accountable for taking the action that they say they want in the next level of their life. So real quick, a bonus is a certified life coach helps clients, number one, set goals, number two, take action, and three, achieve results. Those are the three things that a certified life coach does: set goals, take actions, achieve results. That's all we're there to do for and with our clients. We can't do it for them, but we're doing it with them because we actually do care about their success in their life. And as I mentioned, we also learned how to put a price on that transformation and charge for the change that we bring into our clients' lives. So let me bring my screen back up. There we go. Y'all let me know when you see it. You can see it? Okay, cool. So that is the story of Sia. And again, she mentions how the one-day intensive offers a, she loved that we offered a one-day intensive online and proven scripts for how to reach coaching clients on and offline. So you don't have to worry about where you're gonna find your client. You don't have to worry about how to connect with them. You don't have to worry about how to coach them. You just need to put a price on it, and we walk you through that. But before we do that, let's walk through really quick what we call the Christian coaching personalities. So we'll know that when you show up as a coach, how you're going to help your clients. Y'all ready? So let's talk about your future with connecting, plus your coaching style using this Christian coaching personality assessment. Now, you guys know you. I'm going to just read you, and you tell me which one is you, okay? So let's see what type of Christian coach that you are or could potentially become. Number one, you crave conversation. You can stay focused for hours on one individual and conversation at a time. You're a note taker and a question asker. Just give yourself a 1 if that's you. Put 1 on your paper. Number 2, you love face-to-face, side-by-side interaction with eye-to-eye contact. Let me see you in a shared space where you get to see and hear and witness the body language of a client. If that's you, put 2 on your paper. And number 3, your teaching style is more like a tutor, a hand holder. You walk through the problem, the conversation, again, asking the questions, taking notes. You're motherly. You get to know your clients and their family and their friends. You shoulder rub, you're a back patter, you're a tissue grabber. You wait on a person to finish crying. You're very heart-centered, like, oh, it's okay, honey. But you often find it hard to ask for money by charging for your services. If that's you, go to 3. If you checked any of these 3, you're going to love one-on-one coaching. That's with just you and one other person. That's what you see me do with my first coaching client, who is the nonprofit leader. So if you got any of these 3, you're going to love one-on-one coaching. That's one of the coaching models, and we'll talk about those really quickly. Here's for the second group of you guys. Now tell me if this is you. Number 1, you're a teacher, a trainer. You're preachy. You're a preacher. You're a talker. You love speaking to the multitudes. You're full of tons of deep, expert level thoughts, spiritual downloads and ideas that live in your head or in your journals. You have conversations with God all day, every day, in your mind, in your heart, and in your spirit. You're goals driven, results based, outcome focused, strategic. You educate with the end in mind. Like, let's just get you this particular result. You're an expert level sharer because you know a lot. You're a knowledge library builder, meaning I wrote a book on that. I taught a series on that. You have bundles and packages and recorded calls. These will be your coaching calls that you use for lessons or examples. Give yourself a 2 if I just described you. And then finally, you're a show and teller, a demonstrator, a storyteller. You put it out there, and then you kind of lurk and wait in the background and watch to see what happens. So whatever you post online, you're looking for views and likes and responses and comments. But then after you share and pour out so much, you also need days to recoup and to recover because you've taught and you've shared so much. But you got straight to the point, like Jesus when he did the Sermon on the Mount, like, let me get this out one time, everybody hear it. Or when he had the boat, taught a crowd from the water, like, y'all listen up, here go my stage. He got out there and he said what needed to be said. If this is you and you got 1, 2, or 3 in this category, you will love group coaching. That's where you saw me and Patty and Dawn in the mall training room. I deliver information once, multiple people hear it, everybody gets something different, kind of like what we're doing here today, where you guys are in my Brady Bunch squares and everybody's getting something different out of what's being shared today. So if you have answers in both of these categories, that means that you will love certain aspects of both types of coaching when you combine it with the upcoming 8 life coaching session delivery modals. So what that means is you can put your own little stank on it and make it work for you, whether you're a one-on-one person or a group coaching person. So if you're ready to put what you've learned so far into immediate action, I want to let you know that it's currently open enrollment going on right now over at blacklifecoachcertification.com. blacklifecoachcertification.com. That's just to throw it out there because maybe you can't wait, to the end, or you got questions about what the training looks like specifically. Everything you need to get registered is over at blacklifecoachcertification.com. You can go there, apply today. And what I'm doing for you, especially if you apply today, is what is usually our mandatory $27 application fee. I'm going to waive that for you. And I'm going to let you save $200 off of the $999 tuition that with the code Bootcamp 200. And that's because you invested in being here in the boot camp. I'm going to give you that money back. Remember, I said I reinvest what you guys share with me. So I'm going to give you $200 off the $999 tuition. Make sure you enter the code Bootcamp 200 and let me know if you have questions as we go to break. I'm happy to walk you through what that looks like. We're going to dive into more of what the training is and what it looks like piece by piece for day 2 tomorrow, as we get into finding your inner life coach, your inner Black life coach, as we get into making sure that you are looking for the right things in your training. There are a list of things to look for in a life coach certification training. And if you're like me, you do have that bougie education where you're like, I only like to be taught a certain way by a certain person in a certain style. And, I want to make sure they live in their life right before I let them pour into me, all that. We're going to go through that list and what that looks like tomorrow. But if you can't wait till then, check out blacklifecoachcertification.com. You bypass the $27 application fee and you save $200 with the code Bootcamp200. All right. So let's take a quick 5-minute break. And when we come back, I'm going to give you the third secret for how to become a professionally trained, skilled, qualified, certified life coach. Now is the time to get some water, use the bathroom. Don't go yell at the kids because you might not make it back in 5 minutes, but I will see y'all back in 5 minutes. Don't let us start without you, okay? All right, guys. See you in 5 minutes. All right, guys, welcome back. Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
The feedback. Trying to make sure that. Okay, let me find y'all. Okay, so let's dive back in. Do we have any questions? Did anyone get a chance to check out the Black Life Coach certification.com site? Have any questions about getting signed up, getting started? If you got any questions, just raise your hand. Let me see you. Okay. Can you guys see me? Nope. I gotta click start video. There we go. All right. Any questions? I want to go ahead and make sure I give you this final secret, and I'm gonna request for day 2. I'm giving back. Participants chat. No, not chat. Oh, there we go. Participants. Am I still? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. So share screen again. Recording stop. Okay. You guys see the screen?
No.
Okay. Give it just a minute. Let's see if it pops up. Okay, I'm gonna try again. And then let's do the video again. And there we go. So our final secret is convert, of the 3 secrets to how to become a professionally skilled, trained, qualified, certified life coach. Convert means that you have now shown your clients that you can show up for them. You can speak to where they are, and you can hold the space for their dreams and possibilities. I'll just stick with what I got. Don't stress out about this technology chat. So number 3 is about convert, and it's where you have now shown up for your client. You've shown them how you can help them. You've spoken to where they are. You can show them how you can hold the space for them and their dreams and their possibilities. And then you're using the connection you've made with them throughout the coach model, because you've also shown your potential future coaching client that you're able to have that conversation that is optimistic, full of action. So now you're ready to put a price on it. You get to charge for what you do, ask for or request payment, allow people to pay you. Anybody feeling weird about any of those words? Asking for what you charge. Yeah, okay. Thank you for your honesty. As I typed them, I was like, ooh, somebody's gonna wiggle a little bit. You also get to receive or allow an investment in yourself, your business, your coaching skills, and your legacy as a certified life coach. Remember how I talked about I pour back into college students? That's who I'm thinking about when I have events like this, when I put a price on my trainings or what I do as a coach. Somebody else needs this as a part of my legacy. And the great part of it all is that you get to determine what that amount is. So I'm not going to tell you what to charge as a coach. In our one-day life coach certification training process, I walk you through how to price your coaching based on where you are in your finances. Only you know what that is. I don't know your money business, okay? But together in the training, we walk through it. And at the end, you know how much you need, you know how much you want, you have a vision casted for that budget. That's going to help you declare a price. It's going to help you to ask for what you want, put a price on what you want, not flinch about what you want, and to just quote it, because there's nothing to lose. Either person is going to say yes, or they're going to say yes in another way. And you get to help them decide how to afford you as their coach. So my screen is coming up, and it's showing that to convert means to charge, to put a price, to pay, to allow that. And I'm going to show you one of our coaches who is a perfect example of just that. But she came to training knowing she was ready to make her money. So meet Pixie Lee. Now, she had tried her hand at running several other businesses, but none of those things gave her the fulfillment like she knew becoming a certified life coach and helping other people through their daily lives would. So she went to school, and she had been in customer service in the medical field for over 20 years when we met. And she was laid off her job. And then she went through a divorce. But she, like I did, like you now know, she knew what she had been through would help someone else. So she too began trying to determine how to get started as a certified life coach. And that's what led us on the journey to meeting each other. So she had finally found what she was supposed to do and be doing in her life. And going through my class was the training that she needed. And afterward, she mentioned a huge feeling of accomplishment for having completed the course. And after getting certified, she then told me that she also needed my help and wanted to work with me to write her very first. And as a result, she made that $5,000. And that was her very first paid client in that amount. You need to stand out in the world of life coaching. So Camille's story is a great example of connecting. Sia's story is a great example of the definition of the acronym of coach, that COACH model. And then Pixie's story is an excellent example of charging for your gifts as a coach. These ladies answered the call to coach, and they knew what they wanted. And they took the steps and went after their dream of becoming a professionally trained, skilled, qualified, certified life coach. And you can create your own story now. You start off where your past left you, retell that narrative, and you can get started before tomorrow if you would like. If you like a power player like I am, you would go get signed up for the certification and be at least halfway through by tomorrow. You can do it in a day. It's only 8 hours, but that's if you're ready. And if you're ready, you can head over to Black Life Coach Certification, recap us, answer any questions that you guys have. I'm going to try to get Zoom to share my screen again. Now, maybe in a new location tomorrow, just to make sure my signal holds up and it doesn't cut us out as much. All right, so let me get us back to our current slide. I should be seeing my screen now. And let's do our recap. So here's what we learned today. For day one of the Future Black Life Coach Bootcamp, secret number 1, to connect. Secret number 2, to coach. And secret number 3, to convert. Being able to connect, coach, and convert. These are the 3 secrets to becoming a skilled, professionally trained, qualified, certified life coach. And coaching can be delivered in several modalities, which is what I shared you. And here are those 8 right now: in person as you've seen me do, that face-to-face. Some of you guys identified with that model. We have video coaching, similar to what we're doing, but with a stronger internet connection. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from audio. Facebook has an audio feature in their inbox, and it has 60 seconds. So your clients, as well as you, have to get to the point. We have text coaching, email coaching. You can also do like I do and coach through books and print books, ebooks, audiobooks, classes, trainings, workshops, courses, and digital products. These all are the 8 ways to coach. There are probably more, but these are the ones that I came up with because these are ones that I have done. As I mentioned, I teach from experience, not theory. So before we go, I have a question for those of you. If you have to go early, let me know. I ask you first. So just wave your hand and answer the question, and I'll take volunteers. So whoever raised their hand first, or just say your name so I know to scroll to you. I got a question for you. Who wants to go first?
Darla.
All right, Darla, pick a number.
3.
3. What area do you want to coach around based on everything that's been shared with you today from day 1 of the Future Black Life Coach Bootcamp? For example, girls, women, empowerment, self-esteem, youth ministry. What is your area?
I think women and empowerment, self-esteem kind of like tie in together for me.
Thank you for sharing. Castilla, before you go, can you answer a question real quick if you're still here?
Sorry. Yes, I'm here.
Pick a number between 1 and 5, I think.
Let's
No.
do
Hold on,
number 4.
1 and 6. 1 and 6. 1 through 6. Right.
I'll do 4.
4. What specific questions do you have about becoming a certified life coach?
Oh, honestly, right now it seems like you're hitting on a lot of things that I didn't think of, but also had questions about. So right now I'm still just kind of taking it all in. I honestly, right now, I don't have any questions right at this very moment.
Okay. I know you gotta go, but your homework is to bring a question to class tomorrow. Is that cool?
I will. Yes, ma'am. I promise you, I
Thank you
will.
for joining us. Thank you.
I look
Darla.
forward to tomorrow. Thank you.
Yay! We'll see you soon. Who else
Yes,
wants
ma'am.
to go? Volunteer? Hand raise. Oh, y'all, 2 of you. Let's see. I seen Martha first, and then we'll go with Eric. Martha, pick a number between 1 and 6.
3. 3. 3.
3. What area do you want to coach around?
What area I want to coach around? Women empowerment and the group coaching.
Group coaching. Good job for promoting that. You already know off the bat, huh? Okay.
That was broken, and to get back to where we were, and I could do it, but as I grow, group can be something. It can be added, but right now it's one-on-one.
Yes, and you're right. It does evolve. Like I said, you can pick and choose, make it work for you. As long as you're impacting your clients, they don't care. As long as you show up. So good job. Thank you for sharing. Go ahead. Would you like to go next?
You repeat the question again? I'm sorry.
Pick a number between 1 through 6.
Let's do 4.
4.
We had talked a little bit earlier, but to be very honest, you went through so much information today that answered a lot of my questions or any reservations that I was having. So it's just a matter of digesting and processing everything that you said. I've taken some notes. So I don't have a question at this very present moment, but if I do think of one, I will come back tomorrow with my question.
Thank you for doing your homework.
You are so welcome.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to share or give me a number and I'll have a question for you?
I'll go next.
Okay. Who is
Liz?
Liz? Okay.
Let's go with number 1. Nobody asked that number.
Oh, okay, risk taker. Once certified, how do you want to use your life coach certification?
Oh my God. I think I want to, well, actually I have an organization called Change, and it's geared around gun violence. So I want to take the certification, like I said before, was to educate our community, educate our mothers, our kids. There's just so much area with gun violence that I can tap into. I have been doing news press conferences, and it just will enhance me to throw questions out as I do what I do.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. Jessica, are you still here? I saw your message pop up. Anybody else want to go? Guess the number. Queen, what's your number?
I would go with, man, I think all of them have been used already.
Mm-hmm.
5. I don't think 5 has been asked.
5. How do you prefer to learn? For example, home study, bootcamp style, independent study, classroom, in a group setting. How is your like bougie education experience, online, in person, all that good stuff?
Right. You know, and just with the turn of the different ways that we can learn, this is just a great way to still have your family, still have your professional career. So I'm definitely a on your own type. I love the boot camp where I can come in for a targeted time like yours and get the tools and techniques that I use. Like I was even sitting here taking notes and stuff. So I really like that format of the boot camp type, and something that you can do on your own, especially if you're like a single parent like me, where you got to pause and go make chicken nuggets, or you got to pause and break up a fight, and you can come back and you're still on track. So
yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing. Who else would like to go? Bridget, you ain't saying that. What you got, girl? What's your number?
6.
6. What other life coach certification training have you been through?
Oh. So when you were speaking, I was wondering, like I said, I spent 22 years in the Army, and I have been through like small group leader training, and the basic instructor course. So I was kind of thinking when you were talking, I was like, I wonder, could that small group leader training, could that even tie into the life coach?
So in my experience, I did for 4 years at my church. A few months before COVID, we did in-person small group. So in my church, once a month, I think it was. I did it so long, I forgot. But they would come in the evenings after everybody got off work, and we would just sit and talk business. And I would ask specific questions about business. I would bring in guest speakers. But these were all local business leaders, because as I mentioned, most people don't have that environment at home, or that immediate environment where you can just sit and talk business and people care about your results, or they give you ideas or feedback. So it was a little mini mastermind, if you will. And to answer your question, yes, that's a form of leadership. It's a form of small group leadership. I'm sure you can tie your training in as a group leader to being a coach. You just have to know how to ask the right questions. So your thing will be group coaching, but specifically asking questions around whatever your group is centered around.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
that's a good
my experience then. I mean, because I was an instructor, and I trained a lot of people how to become sexual assault response coordinators and victim advocates.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really used to that group training. But then to me, the group training always spins into a one-on-one because they're afraid to ask in front of the group. So yeah. I'm like, I think I'm a combination. I don't know.
You are, and it's okay to let them kind of filter out, because group pricing would be one thing, but then one-on-one would be almost twice that, because they get your undivided attention. So you can charge more for one-on-one coaching, and that's okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Queen, you mentioned one of the.
Yes. So I am prior military as well, from the Air Force, and I currently work with the Air Force. So I wanted to say, Bridget, a lot of those trainings, like the resiliency training that we have to do, those are already crafted. You already have that ability to teach that. So those are already crafted in a way that you can use those models, especially like the ABC model, like you can use those in your coaching. Those are all resiliency skill building. Not to mention like 4 lenses, like the personality assessments. Once you receive those trainings from those contracted companies, you can use those personally if you need to. But yeah, so look at like the whole, I think you said what, 22 years you were in? Look at the spectrum of just the different trainings that you've been in, and look at that variety of experience, because you have all of those tools and techniques and all of that equipment already in your arsenal to deliver. So that in conjunction with this amazing coaching program, you're on fire, girl.
Thank you, Queen.
Thank you, Queen.
You're
Anybody else want to give me a number that hasn't been called, or have we called them all? Let's see. I think they may have been called because my list was not as extensive as our vision list. Yeah, I think they have been asked, but if anybody else wants to go, I'm happy to re-ask the same question. Anybody else here want to say anything before we wrap up? So real quick, since y'all are like after the club, y'all the lights are on at the club type people like me, get my money's worth. What is one aha or takeaway from today that you discovered about yourself, about becoming a coach, or any question that has come to mind? And everybody needs to go before I log off, okay? I'm gonna shut the club down tonight. So let's start with who has not spoken. Joy, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, what's your one aha takeaway? I know you said you ain't got no questions, but what's your one aha moment? Let's do that.
Oh Lord, aha moments. I feel like, you know what? I will say this, as I was sitting here thinking and just listening to what everyone has said today, I really feel like we all have what it takes, and our story, our journey is what qualifies us to be the life coach, you know, to empower other women. So I think when I first came on, I had asked you, like, I forgot how I phrased the question, but it was kind of like, if you're in a certain space in life, can you still do this? Mm-hmm. And I feel like my aha moment is, yeah, you really can. You really can. You can always give something to somebody else. And we have what it takes. We're enough and we can do it.
Absolutely. And thank you for bringing that up, because I've heard people say, and that's actually, we'll talk about that tomorrow too. That's one of our frequently asked questions. Like, do I have to have my life together? Doesn't my story qualify me? Your story is what got you to this point. It doesn't qualify you to go coach others, because what you'll end up doing is giving them advice or putting your opinion, the woulda, coulda, shouldas. If I was you, I woulda. And then that leads to lawsuits. Coaches have been named in lawsuits recently.
Oh,
okay,
Lord.
Okay. And so I won't send you out there just off your story, because you still don't know how to coach. You know how to share your story and tell what had happened. But if someone says, well, what did you do? Well, whatever you did worked for you. But if you can channel that into a question for them based on your skill of being a coach, knowing how to ask questions and move them forward, then you're coaching while sharing your story. Like, notice I didn't comment on y'all's story of, you know, anything really, because I don't qualify to comment on it, but I can ask you questions. How would you like to use that as a coach? Who would you like to serve? How much would you like to charge? Where would you like to channel those energies? Where will you sign up to go speak this week? That's how we hold our clients accountable and turn it back on them, so that we're not stuck with their stuff. Because when we take on too much stuff, you can be heavy. Y'all know spirits transfer and demons are real.
Yes.
So coaching is a ministry. So you do have to be prayed up and ready. But if you are questioning them versus trying to count them or tell them what you did or what they need to do, then you're coaching when you get it off you, if you will. So gotcha. That's what the skill of coaching goes into. We'll talk about channeling that coach, because as Black women, we are storytellers, we are advice givers, we're mentors, we point the way. But I'm going to teach you how to come back in and ask the question. Like somebody said, I want me this time next year to be who I needed. And so that means you had to go within. You wish you were heard. You wish you were listened to. You wish someone would have asked you a question about your destiny, you know. So I'm going to teach you guys how to go within and find that inner Black coach, and not mama. She ain't no parent. She ain't no girlfriend. She ain't worried about stepping on nobody's toes. She's there to help you get the result that only a coach can help you get. So thank you for bringing it up. So we'll dive into some of that tomorrow for day 2. Anybody else before we go? I'll hang out maybe like 5 more minutes with you guys if you really want it. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 2 of the Future Life Coach Bootcamp. Hopefully you got a lot to like let settle in your spirits on tonight. And if you have any questions, you can email me. Y'all see I'll be up at 2 in the morning. We ain't gonna be on the phone, but I'll reply to your email. Any final thoughts, or all hearts and minds clear?
I actually have an aha moment, Dr. Austin.
Go ahead.
I'm a talker, so I'm sorry in advance. So back in like 2018, I also went to Liberty. I got my master's there in counseling. But that's when God really dropped in my spirit what he wanted me to do as far as after my 9 to 5 and how he wants me to show up. And so of course I wrote everything down, and I just want to really encourage, write the vision, make it plain. We can quote the verse all day, all night, but if you don't have the faith, if you're not believing in it, and if you're not really exercising what it really takes to this. So definitely while we're gearing up, I'm excited about tomorrow. But while we're gearing up, just go back and reflect on any of those things that you may have done in the last few years and see how you can connect that with where you're going with becoming a strong Black woman life coach. Because I would say a lot of things that you said today, like I said, I was writing notes. Back then I wrote that I wanted to do women's empowerment. And it literally just clicked to me because just like maybe 2 weeks ago, I've started 2 Facebook groups, one for divorced women, divorced millennial women, like what are you doing after that divorce? And another one for, just promoting self-love. And then it dawned on me like, Queen, that's your women's empowerment right there. Plus with the book I wrote. So I'm like, duh, you know what I'm saying? But then when you go back to look at those goals from 2 years, 3 years, however long that you casted them, it all just lines up. So I want to encourage all of you to pray about them, go back and look at those goals, put them in alignment.
Look at your notes, your journals. Yes, you'll be surprised. And that's the beauty of being a coach. You help your client. Not only are you setting goals, but you're helping your client set goals. And this is their progress. Like, oh, I did tell God that's what I wanted. So it all makes sense. And that's the perfect note to end on, because I want to encourage you all to start with what you told God in your journals and your time. Also the questions that I asked the vision casting, and with us just wrapping up here. Where do you want to be? How many people do you want to impact? What do you see yourself doing this time next year as a future Black life coach? You'll be a life coach before then, I pray. But I'm going to leave that there, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for being here, for being patient, for understanding, for not talking about me and my tech, because hopefully we'll have that figured out by tomorrow. And I will see you guys in the morning. Remember, there's someone somewhere. They are waiting on you, future Black life coaches, to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs. Because it's when you let your own light shine, you give others permission to do the same. As a future Black life coach, when you impact one life, y'all, you impact generations. I'm Dr. AJ Austin. I will see you guys bright and early. Be here at 9:30 a.m. because we're going to do some more vision casting. You ready?
Yeah.
Bye, future Black life coaches.
Bye, everybody.